Hey guys, welcome to another episode of our Uncle Peace podcast. Oh guys, it's Monday the 21st of February. I'm super tired. Um what are we talking about today? What does the heading say? So guys, you need to understand when I record this, I don't even think about the heading yet. So when I say, yeah, you know what we talk about, check the heading below. Kind of happens when the recording is happening. But as the heading says, guys, we are discussing your statuses. Now, these are WhatsApp statuses, and I don't. Yeah, they're all WhatsApp statuses that I screenshotted from people that I have their number. One of them is an advert, and I'll tell you guys why I'm actually advertising this specific company. But yeah, man, this statuses just got me thinking on a Monday. I'm feeling super tired. I've been training crazy for the last couple of months, and the last 3 weeks I just picked it up to another level. That's been insane. Mentally, I'm tired. Emotionally, I'm fatigued. Spiritually, I'm very confused spiritually. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but I'm a father. I'm a father, and that really to me is important. How I raise my kids, and how I portray myself to the world. What I leave as an inheritance for my kids is extremely important to me. So yeah, guys, apologize about the sound of the podcast. So what I noticed is I don't know why these sound cards that are used to connect the microphones have the special buttons that allow you to obviously make the specific sounds and laugh and change your voice and all that. So the cables that come with they're extremely short, so they're quite so. And obviously, I need to set the camera slash phone further away from me, so I can't reach them. The one in the Real Talk Combat Sport, I figured out how to extend it because I joined two cables together and it ended up working. This cable are weird. So when you join them, they end up not working. So I'm still struggling to find for this specific one because obviously every time I change the setup, everything moves further. So as soon as I can find a cable that I can stand and that actually works, I'll have that much closer to me. And I will have to buy a two-channel mixer. I just realized. I need to figure out how I'm gonna connect that one to a mixer because this one here is easy to connect with the easier cables. So yeah, sorry man. I just wanted to explain about the sound and why the sound all of a sudden changed, and on the other podcast the sound is better. So yeah, I need a two-channel mixer and everything else. And I like this view for the Uncle Peace podcast. So I want to permanently set it up somewhere here so I can control it when I do shoot the podcast. So yeah, guys, like I said, we're gonna be discussing some of the statuses that got me thinking this morning. So the first status was a picture. So it's a picture of a guy chasing money, and eventually starts catching the money, and it looks like he's in his mid. So he's got black hair on the top one, and here his hair is turning a bit white. So a bit white. I don't have hair, so I don't know when does your hair start turning gray. Mid what 35s, 40s. So that's where he got his money, and by the time he got all the money, he's at the end of his life. Guys, the reality of life is money is extremely important, and money makes living much easier, and that's what we are all chasing, and we're all chasing money in order for us to have a better life. But and yes, by the time we do get the money, if we do get the money, we might not necessarily have much of life to live. I understand this is the reality of life and it's very fearful, but something changed with me when I became a father. When I became a father, it was no longer about me and me chasing money for me and achieving my dreams. It was more of me chasing money for my children so that they don't have to not have dreams accomplished, so that they don't have to waste their life chasing money. So I'm chasing the money for them, so they don't have to chase it. So I'm building the big house. Yes, part of this house, well, majority of this house, it's what I wanted when I was young. I mean, I'm 34 years old. I think I should have moved away from this thing a while ago. But I still have the young spirit in me. I still want the music studio. I still want the gym in the house, the steam room, the sauna, the swimming pool, and I'm building that for me But I know my kids will appreciate this too. So they don't have to worry about ever building themselves a mansion because they're going to grow up in one and they can renovate it to how they want. And I'm investing money in properties and everything that I possibly can so that my children have something that will bring them money when they grow up so they don't have to worry about ever looking for work. So this picture is true if your life revolves around you. But once you have children, you find love. Your life starts revolving around other people, growing other people, and it's not only just your family, even friends and other people. You start chasing money for other purposes, and when you do reach the end of your life and you do gain that wealth, you leave a legacy. And I think this picture can should end. I'm gonna see if I can edit it. Should end with when he grabs all the money, it says hashtag legacy. That means you leave a legacy because money is extremely important and as much as you want to live your life and enjoy it, you can't enjoy it without money. So that's status number one. Status number two is it says I grew up eating what I found in my plate. Okay, so on my plate, wearing what my mom could afford. That's how I learned to be grateful and appreciative. You know, and then the person who posted this then made a commentary at the bottom. I don't want to put the commentary out there, but I'm gonna put it because I want to be honest with you guys why this affected me. So they then say God has always provided. You know, so a lot of people that follow my podcast that know a bit about me know that I used to be a minister back in the days. I remember when I was 20, when I turned 21 years old, I preached my first main Sunday service. God, Jesus Christ, the Bible was everything to me. I loved it, and it was the only thing that I wanted to preach to people. But there were certain realities that I experienced in life, and certain realities that I came to find in meditation of the Bible that just took me off and made me not believe it in totality. I learned that there are certain lies that are perfectly hidden in truth. And because of that, I kind of started looking at the Bible differently. I started believing in it differently. So let's look at this status. It says, I grew up eating what I found in my plate, wearing what my mom could afford. It said nothing about what God blessed us with. It said what my mom could afford. That's how I learned to be grateful and appreciative. So, assuming this individual was raised by a single mother, this woman worked her ass off and did whatever she possibly could to provide for this child. But in the end, the child says that God always provided. If the mother said that God always provided, then yes, it makes sense that the child gives all the credit to God. But this is one of the things that I just can't grasp and I can't accept is taking credit of one's hard work and giving it back to God. I know many can say no, the reason we do it is this, but guys, listen, learn to start saying thank you to the people that have blessed you. Learn to speak positive for the people that have blessed you. You see, I don't agree with me helping you and then you're going to testify in church and thanking God. No, dude, I blessed you. If you went to church and testified about me, other people would know of my goodness and my kindness. So when one day I am struggling, people would know of the goodness and the kindness that I did for you, and they will also want to help me. That's what I personally believe. I believe that the fact that we take praises and give it elsewhere, we are taking power from the people that show us kindness. You see, if I bless you and I say, it is God that has blessed me, that's why I am blessing you, then your testimony should be that I want to thank God for blessing Uncle P, who blessed me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's why I was able to do this. But your guys go out there and only thank God and thank Jesus Christ and you just leave it at that. And I personally don't believe with that. And that's the reason why this touched me. I just felt like I wanted you guys to understand that it's extremely important to mention and name the names of the people that are blessing you. It's not about just boasting them. It's about also motivating them to such an extent that they feel that, you know, wow, um, this person is actually appreciative. And it kind of motivates a person to want to do more. That's what I personally feel. I feel like if you are grateful for what I did for you, it motivates me to want to do more for people, because the more people start talking about you and the goodness that you do. Sorry, guys, I don't know what's happening. Let me just check what's happening upstairs. Wow, guys, you won't believe. There was this loud music that was playing. I thought, like, whoa, what's my tenant doing? It's actually my next door neighbor. um, so I live in those areas that they call white neighborhoods, which really offends me. But we'll get to that. I think I'll shoot a podcast about that one of these days. So in this area, obviously, there's certain characteristics and personalities and certain behaviors that they expect you to have. Well, we have a house across the street, which is rented by these young girls that work at the DP garages around the area. I think these girls are geniuses, because they work so far from the rural areas where they come from. They literally came together and ended up renting a house in this area. So they still have their characteristics of the rural area. So one of their boyfriends just showed up and he is a blasting music. Oh, that is so cool. Sometimes I just want that, Africanism to come into this area. It makes me feel good, man. So all the white people are out, literally. All of them are out. The security guards are out, telling him to put his music down. Okay. And then my son is getting his nappy changed, so he's acting up also. Uh and then I got a message, hey, breakfast is ready if you're hungry. All right, back to the show. Oh, guys, this is the reality of life. This is what happens. And sometimes we wanna pretend that life is so perfect. We want everybody to think our life is just dandy. No, guys, it's not. It's not. We were on status. Number two, yeah. So, like I was saying, guys, when it comes to just thanking people and being grateful, and just recognizing what people have done for you, it's just good, man. Just give credit to people. I think it's really, it just motivates and inspires people to want to do more. I know we all talk about, yeah, when you bless somebody, you mustn't take pictures and put your camera. When you're giving people food and all that and that, yeah, cool. But if you don't want me to put my camera in your face, when you go say, can you then go testify that I blessed you? We I hope you guys get it. So the next one, said, this one was good. Get your shit together and move on. You have things to do. You cannot continue living in your past. Now, like I always say, I don't know how many of you guys that watch my podcast. If you watched the previous episode, I was speaking about time. Guys, time is extremely important, and this is exactly what this status is saying. Guys, you don't have the time. You got things to do. If the relationship is over, and if you really think it was worth it, and you really believe in that relationship, talk to the person. Is the person is not listening, move on. There is 60 million people in South Africa. How many in the world? 7 point something billion. And you're gonna spend months and years fighting for one person. I did that, guys. It broke me. It destroyed all the other relationship that I could have possibly had, friendship that I could have possibly have. It emotionally drained me. Somebody posted something and he said on Twitter, I'm gonna see if I can find it, and asked the question. The question was, what's the one thing that your ex taught you that you would never forget? I think that's what let me see if I can find it. It shouldn't be that hard to find because somebody commented on it. Oh yeah, guys, I got blocked from Twitter. I'm gonna tell you guys why. Um, it's crazy. Twitter allows you to say all this nonsense, all these toxic political bomb things, and then when it comes to a joke, it can't pick it up. Twitter can't pick up a joke. Yeah, just in case you guys were wondering. Oh wait, I think I commented on the Uncle Peace podcast account. So I won't wait, yeah, I can go into my personal, so my personal account is the one that got blocked. Uh so yeah. Okay, there we go. So let me actually screenshot it so later on I can edit it and put it up for you guys. So the tweet says, "What did your last relationship teach you?" I responded, "Having kids with the wrong woman is a life damaging trauma that never ends." And guys, I love my children, every single one of my children. And anyone that knows me knows how much I love my first baby mama. Even my current partner knows. Everyone knows how I've said that she's my soulmate and all that. Imagine my current partner knowing all these things, how she feels. My current partner is so amazing. She's given me more than I could ever be grateful for. The strength that she has, she doesn't even know. She thinks I'm the strong one, but she doesn't know that she's the one who carries our relationship. The strength that she has to be patient with me in all the bullshit that I bring in this relationship is just freaking amazing. And guys, I commented like this is because I see her in our children or in our child, the one that I raise. If anyone that knows my story knows what's going on. And it is tough. It's hard. It is hard to love your kids and not love their mother. It is, I don't know how people do it, but for me, it just feels very impossible, especially because she was a part of my life when things were really rough and really tough. But were things really rough and really tough because that was a stage of my life, or were they really tough and really rough because of her? And that's some of the realities I had to come in realization with, and started realizing that, oh wow, you know, just maybe if I had let go sooner, I would have been better off. And I probably would have. But it's life. We go through all these things in order for us to learn. But how long do you stay stuck there? You have things to do. You cannot continue living in your past. And I lived in my past 10 years. I've lived in my past. And when I started accepting my new relationship, I started accepting that that we have children, me and her, that we need to build our life. That this is about me and her now. It's no longer about my past. It's no longer about my first and second born. This is about us. I had to make certain decisions. And honestly, it's been almost a month or a few months, believe it or not, while I'm recording this. It's been a few months since I made those decisions, and I'm just in a better space. I think we are in a better space. Things are not dandy and flowery with the conditions of life, with COVID and everything, with money being very tough to make, with us not really living our dreams because we do have two little ones, one after the other. It happened. We're very blessed and we love our children, but there are things we would have loved to have done that we're not doing because of COVID, because of having young children. There's just so much happening, and that's life. But this status just reminded me you have things to do. You can't dwell in the past, and we're trying every day to not dwell in the past and just keep moving on. So yeah, third status. Which one? This one says learn your flaws and accept them because that's who you are. Okay, so this was in two parts. Full stop. Focus on your strengths because that's what will take you far. True. Now, the first part, I don't believe it. Guys, don't. You see, learn your flaws, yes, and accept them because that's who you are. You're not your flaws. Because if you were your flaws, then you continuously make them. If you're learning from your flaws, it's so that you do not make them again. And if you stop making those flaws, then you are not your flaws. You see, guys, a lot of things sound very intelligent when you read them at first, and especially when the status, I think it sits for 30 seconds. Sometimes it's quicker. And if you put your finger, it holds the status and you read it. But if you do not meditate these words, that's why the Bible, the Quran, and everything else, all these big books, it says meditate. If you don't meditate these statuses properly, you think you read something that is inspirational, but fucked up. And This status was put up by a friend of mine who is in his mid 40s, yeah, mid 40s, late 40s. So this is somebody who now, and this friend, I've been very worried. I think our friendship is actually about to end purely because he's found himself in a place where he feels like he's back in his 20s when he's not. And I hate individuals or dislike, not hate is a big word. I dislike individuals who don't accept their age and feel like they need to act younger in order to achieve younger success. Who says success is young? Success is not young, guys. I didn't want this podcast to be long, but now it's already in 20 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. I think this is the last status. Yeah. Success is not for young people. You can be in your 50s and still buy a mansion and still buy a BMW Mercedes and still live your life. So I feel like he feels that his age is too old. So he needs to act and behave young so that when he does eventually get the success and starts acting a fool, we'll be like, oh, well. I hope I'm making sense. But anyway, so this is one of the statuses he put up there. Normally, I would comment and correct him, but he gets easily offended. So I stopped. For the sake of trying to hold on to the friendship, I stopped doing that. But I don't like being fake with my friends. If I feel like you believing in something that is not right, I will tell you. Like I've got this lady who I met on Twitter. Now we chat. Oh, digress. So learn your flaws and accept them because that's who you are. No, you're not your flaws. Focus on your strengths. Yes, always do. But know your flaws. Focus on your strength, but always know your flaws because that's what is going will take you far. Yes, your strength will take you very far, guys. Focus on your strengths because your strength will always send you to the direction in which you need to go, in which you need to focus. And your strength is always going to bring forth positive results. Guys, I love doing this, and I'm going to continue doing this. It doesn't matter who um, watches, who doesn't watch, but I know somewhere, somehow, this will bless somebody. Guys, one thing I want to inspire you guys out there is to start your own thing. Start your own things, guys. You will always see me wear BMF, Big Muscle Factory. This is my brand, my clothing brands, guys, from t-shirts, woodies, track pants, vests, sportswear, casual wear, guys. I got you. Um, I also own Mommy and Daddy Design together with my partner. This is a brand, a printing company. So we do all type of branding, guys. Give us a shout, guys. We do all type of branding, from branding your bottles, screen printing, sublimation, you name it. If you're thinking about branding something, we are the people to contact. I don't want to keep this podcast too long, guys. Thank you very much for supporting your boy. The podcast is growing and I'm excited about it. Guys, please, 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 if you like combat sports, okay, show me some love on my combat sport page, Real Talk Combat Sports. And guys, follow me on my socials. It's always down here. And hey, if you guys want me to talk about certain topics, guys, I always have my number up here, but I started removing it. But here's the WhatsApp number that you guys can get hold of me. It's also the business WhatsApp number if you guys want to see some of the stock and some of the new designs that I'm putting out there. I'm gonna update the catalog, I promise, guys. But I always put up statuses so you guys can see what's fresh and what's hot and what I'm wearing and what I'm up to in my brand and business wise. So yeah, man, guys, much love and thank you for catching up with your boy. It's a 25-minute podcast. I hope you guys watch it. I'm your boy Uncle P, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.